don't do the same mistakes that we have done. I am Catalina Juaneda, and I am chair professor of applied economics in the Department of Applied Economics. And at the same time, I am the vice rector of the International Relations. This is my position for some years now. Mallorca is a little island, really. And it's a very beautiful island with a lot of natural resources. But on the other hand, we have a very, very hard specialization in tourism, and as is known, the impacts of the tourism in the environment used to be very, very, very harsh. And this is an very important analysis and research that we need to do to solve the problems between the conservation of the environment, and also to do the tourism activity.
Well, what are the central themes that you're discussing in this problem area? Can you outline some themes that you discuss that are the most central or the most interesting?
Well, I think the most important is that we have natural resources that are at the same time part of the attractiveness for the tourism, for the tourist, and for the tourism activity. And we need to preserve these environmental resources at the same time that the pressure of the tourism activity and all the activity related with tourism, it's really very intensive, and also are the danger to destroy the resources that are at the same time necessary to do the tourism activity and to improve the quality of the tourism activity. Well, there is a research project, mainly, for instance, one line of research is the evaluation of the public goods. I mean that the environmental resources are public goods, and there is research in the valuation of these public goods, the contingency models, valuation models, hedonic price models of this kind of methodology to evaluate the natural resources. And also, on the other hand, we research in tourism demand. But always from this point of view, the economic analysis of the tourism demand, not the marketing point of view or whatever. The private goods has a value, have a price, and there is a theoretical, different theoretical approaches and methodologies to evaluate the price of the public goods. The idea is to conscientiate the society and the politicians that the public goods have a value also. And in this way, perhaps they can see that it is necessary to preserve the natural resources, not only because they are natural resources, but also because they have a value for the tourist. And that means that if we haven't or destroyed these natural resources, perhaps the tourism activity disappears. The big figures of tourism, the mass tourism that we have had here, has a main problem that is the tourism expenditure that they really done in the island. I mean that it's better to have less tourists who spend more than to have a lot of tourists who spend less. Because at the end, the earns that rest in the tourism destinations depends on this tourism expenditure in the destination. Not only the tourism destination, also in the country of origin. What is important for the local economy is the tourism expenditure in the destination. Mm-hmm. And this is related with the quality of the supply and also the capacity to attract quality tourism.
Okay, so less is better.
Yes, less is better if they spend enough.